Recently, I was listening to a voice message from a dear friend. She was describing something truly beautiful, how her new partner likes to have these dreaming sessions with her. Conversations where they talk about things they want to do soon, someday maybe. Places to go, experiences to have, a future being imagined together out loud. And as she spoke, I was taken somewhere else entirely. Back to a kitchen table, the early days of Todd and I, getting lost for hours in exactly those same kinds of conversations, places we wanted to travel, things we wanted to experience, a future we were building together. Before we built a life, it was built through conversation. And then that familiar wave came, the longing, the missing, and with it, the recognition and the grief. Those dreams, for me, those ended when Todd's life ended. I hadn't fully known it until that moment, but sitting there with tears in my eyes, I understood somewhere along the way I had stopped dreaming. Not a decision, as a protection, because dreaming had become associated for me with loss and with the grief and with Todd and with futures that didn't arrive and never would. So the dreamer in me went quiet to keep me safe from the pain of it. Hi, I'm Renee. This is Renee Genet. And on this channel, I drop in with the very things that Spirit is guiding me to work on in my own personal growth journey each week. And this year, I chose the word powerful as my word and theme for this year. My intention was to live in my power in every area of my life all year long. So in this year's videos, they are all dealing with this issue or this journey that I'm taking with living in my power. And this video, while difficult for me, is also talking about being in my power with my dreams. I hope you'll stick along for the rest of this. And if you are so inclined to join me on this journey of building your own powerful self, your own sovereign power this year, I hope you will follow us along on this journey. Subscribe, hit the notification bell for all. That would be great. And if there's anyone in your life who you think could benefit from my videos, I'd also appreciate you passing this information along. Thank you so much. Okay, more about dreaming. I want to tell you something I've learned about what happens when we stop dreaming. Your world narrows, not all at once. It's gradual, it's quiet. The horizon quietly, simply gets a lot closer each day until you realize you're only thinking as far ahead as next week, maybe next month. The big questions: where do I want to live? Who do I want to become? What does this life actually want to look like in the future? Those stop feeling like questions worth asking. Because if you don't dream, you can't be disappointed when it doesn't arrive. That's what I had unconsciously decided. And it kept me safe for a while. But safe is not the same as alive. I need to tell you something that might surprise you. Or if you've watched my videos before, I'm probably alluded to this before. See, Todd, my beloved, who passed 3 years ago, coming up 3 years ago in another week or two, Todd speaks to me from the other side. He's not the only one. I hear quite frequently from my entire spirit guide family, but Todd in particular became a part of that when he passed. And I don't say that lightly, and I don't say it to everyone, but it's true. And it's been one of the unexpected gifts inside the grief of his passing. And this past weekend, on the anniversary of our wedding, he was present. And what he brought with him was not sadness, it was encouragement. He wants me to live fully, completely. He wants me to dream again, not to dream the old dreams we had together. Those were ours, and they belong to that chapter of my life. But to dream new ones, mine, my dreams, for this life that is still unfolding in ways neither of us could imagine when we sat at that kitchen table all of those years ago, dreaming together. And I realized I have been keeping the dreamer inside of me locked away as a form of loyalty somehow to Todd. As if dreaming again meant moving on. As if imagining a beautiful future meant leaving him behind. And that's not what he's asking. That's the grief talking. What he's asking is for me to live the life he no longer can, to dream it into being on behalf of both of us, but mostly for me to dream my life into being the life that is important to me, for me to live fully each and every remaining day that I have here, despite the grief and despite the loss. So I am choosing to begin again, not because I have it all figured out, not because the grief is gone or the missing has stopped, not because I can access all of my dreams just yet. Some of them still feel too tender to touch this weekend. But I am choosing to begin with what is available, what I can reach. I'm beginning to dream about a place that feels more like home, a community that feels like my tribe, a life that supports all of who I am. The writer, the guide, the mystic, the woman who needs sunshine and culture and depth and beauty around her. I'm beginning to let the dreamer inside of me wake up again. Not because it's easy, because the alternative is a world that keeps narrowing. And that is not the life Todd would want me to live, and it's not the life I am willing to accept for myself. So here's the invitation. If you have been through something that made you stop dreaming, a loss, a devastation of some kind, a future that simply didn't arrive the way you planned, I want to say something directly to you. Your dreamer did not die. It went into hiding to protect you, and it is still there, waiting not for the perfect conditions or the perfect healing or the guarantee that this dream will come true exactly as you had imagined. It's waiting for your permission just to begin, just to imagine one small thing, just to let the horizon move a little further out than just tomorrow, than just where you've had it. Dreaming again is not a betrayal of what you lost, of what happened. It's not a betrayal of you. It's the most powerful act of honoring the loss, of honoring what you've been through, of honoring the wisdom earned, of honoring your life. I want to close this video out with a few questions for you to ponder. Take to your journal, your morning shower, your morning commute, wherever it is that you do your best pondering. What dream went quiet inside of you when life broke your heart? And is it truly gone? Or has it just been waiting for permission to return? What is one small thing you could allow yourself to imagine today? Not a plan, not a commitment, just a possibility that your heart has been afraid to touch. What would it mean to dream again? Not instead of honoring your loss, but as the fullest expression of it, a way of honoring the loss. What would it mean to dream again? Okay, I will leave it there for today. I hope this video finds you well, and I will just wish you a biento.